How's that? Is that better? That's better, right? Okay. Hi, everyone. This is Chris West. I am one of the hosts of House Calls for Night, Vermont, and it is the 15th of June. We have a regular scheduled show for today. We are going to be doing just a very small bit of live discussion. I'm going to be talking about some things that went on today that I was involved with and regarding the development of state energy codes on the residential side. Then we'll be watching. I have some great video for us, and that video is going to be presented. It's an update from 10 Old Stage Road, where I talk about the Wythe Windows that came in and where we'll be installing them. We will be having a complete video on the install of these mid-wall windows, including Mark Coviello from SIGA, who will be joining us on that day. We also have a quick stop chat with Steve Spatz from Efficiency Vermont, and we're going to be having an interview today with Mark Coviello talking about membranes. So very much looking forward to that. We will be broadcasting tomorrow night from 7 to 7:30, 8 o'clock. Jim is unavailable this evening, but will be available tomorrow night. So I'm just going to start off talking about some very interesting things that happened today. Update on the state RB's advisory board. So I'm a member of the advisory board, and we've been looking at some very interesting things. Looking at the extension of and the development of the next iteration of code. So the way that code works in Vermont is that you have an iteration of the code which is based on the International Energy Conservation Code, the IECC. And Vermont has a process which was put in place just after the 2008 crash, when the state got a lot of federal money, and that tied with that money was the requirement of putting an energy code into place. And so the state decided that it was going to, like very many other states in Vermont, in the country, not just Vermont, but throughout the country, they decided to tie the development of the code directly to the IECC with a bit of a lag. So the IECC comes out and say version 2012, and then the Department of Public Service engages what we call stakeholders, people who are involved in the housing industry as builders or as consultants on energy use, or people who represent organizations, including architects and people who represent fuel companies, and Efficiency Vermont is there, of course, and other groups. And this time we're looking at enforcement, because one of the big things that has been lacking in the code, the Residential Building Energy Standard, or RBs, is the ability of good enforcement. At present, you are required to put a project that you have, a house that was built, or a major renovation, any renovation that is required to use the energy code, and those are specifically spelled out in the code. And those have to be brought to the code administrator in the town in order to get a certificate of occupancy, the C of O as it's called. And that was actually put into place 2 iterations ago, if I remember correctly. And after that iteration, that then was left as kind of a placeholder for better enforcement. What we found is that through testing, and this is random testing that the Public Service Department does, Department of Public Service, that those they do spot checking. So they'll out of the say 1,000 energy audits and or I'm sorry, houses that were built, or 1,500 houses that were built, that those houses conformed to the code, that they used one of the three pathways of getting to the code. And the easiest one, and the one that most people do engage in and actually use, is the prescriptive path, and that's one that most people are familiar with. This is a chart, and that chart has different options. You can choose option 1, 2, 3, or 4. Each of those options have packages, and those packages say what your R value for your walls, your roof, your slab, your below grade walls, whether you are required to have mechanical ventilation, what the maximum air leakage allowable is for that iteration of code at the worst, so the worst house that you can build. And right now, the code has been, this last iteration, when we got the code for 2019, and that became used, the IECC was used for putting together the 2020 code, which has now been in effect since last year, March. This code required for the first time blower door tests to be done on every house. One of the jokes that Jim and I often used to make was that the code requires confirmation by the builder, self-certified by the builder, that the house is 3 air changes per hour, but they can confirm that without doing any diagnostic test like a blower door test. So that's something that we looked at and kind of made fun of quite a bit. So we're very glad that the last iteration actually required blower door tests. It did allow for the blower door test to be done by the company that is building the house, so the owner of the construction company or one of the subs can have someone who has been certified in the operation of a blower door, and would be allowed therefore to certify the air tightness of the house based on that employee's blower door test, which is not ideal. It would be ideal for that to be a third party that is not directly related or answerable for their well-being and livelihood to their boss, who definitely wants a passing number on the blower door. So there's a little bit of work that still has to be done to make sure that kind of contamination of the blower door test is avoidable. Not that I'm not accusing anyone of doing anything nefarious, but I am just saying it would be much better if it was done by a third party. So that's one of the things we're looking at, enforcement mechanisms that go beyond a private citizen or a client taking someone to court, which has only happened in a handful of times since the code was adopted in the late 2000s. Okay, well, that's my update. We're just about ready to go and introduce the media stream. So I believe I have let me make sure that I have come on. Did it finish? Oh no. Oh, that's a pain. This file is being used, cannot be overwritten. I don't want to overwrite it. I don't want to overwrite it. Oh, it didn't make it for some reason. Okay, I apologize. There seems to be a problem with the video I was going to show. So let me just pull that up and do it manually. Forgive me. And I will just need to do a little bit of work in OBS to do this. And I will go okay, and I'll browse that, and we'll go to the Mark Coviello interview. So Um, Here it is, and we will get that going. And that is not working. Yay, my favorite. I had that last time as well. Let's try that one more time. Should be able to just grab that and open it. And let's send that up. And let's play it. It needs a little bit of editing. It looks like it's very small. So let me see if I can. Yes, there we go. Just gotta open that up, and that should do it perfectly. Okay, here we go. I hope you all enjoy the show. Hey everybody, this is Chris West from House Calls Vermont, and today we're going to be speaking with Mark Coviello, who is the SIGA trainer and application advisor here in our area, and we're going to ask him about membranes, about tapes, and about the importance of vapor open assemblies. And so, Mark, welcome to the program, and of course, Jim Bradley, my colleague, is here with us to grill Mark. Welcome, Mark. Welcome.
Thanks, Chris and Jim. Thanks for having
Jim
me.
Bradley,
Really
my colleague, is here with us to grill Mark. Welcome, Mark. Welcome.
Thanks, Chris and Jim. Thanks for having
Jim
me.
Bradley,
Really
my colleague, is here with us to grill Mark. Welcome. Hey everybody, this is Chris West from House Calls Vermont, and today we're going to be speaking with Mark Coviello, who is the SIGA trainer and application advisor here in our area, and we're going to ask him about membranes, about tapes, and about the importance of vapor open assemblies. And so, Mark, welcome to the program. About tapes and about the importance of vapor open assemblies. And so, Mark, welcome to the program. About tapes and about the importance of vapor open assemblies. And so, Mark, welcome to the program. About tapes and about the importance of vapor open assemblies. And so, sorry about that. I seem to be having some technical issues, and I'm just interested in making sure that that we get this done right. I thought that video was perfect. Some technical issues, and I'm just interested in making sure that I apologize for that. I am planning on coming back tomorrow evening. If you are interested in the show, please come back tomorrow evening, 7 to 8:30. We'll get this right. Thanks. Sorry. What the hell happened here? Why is that giving me... and I was actually at a building. Damn it! That should have worked just fine. Let me try it again. Let me stop stream.
People are used to seeing the other products on site that begin with T. One of those being tar paper. The other is going to be rhymes with Beck, and another one with par. But anyway, it begins with T. But you know, they're used to those type of things. And when some of those products have failed, now builders are saying, let's revert back to tar paper because, hey, I've taken a lot of old buildings apart and, hey, that everything was fine. They're missing the mark, though, in our estimation, is because though the apart and, hey, that everything was fine. They're missing the mark, though, in our estimation, is because though the apart and, hey, that everything was fine. They're missing the mark, though, in our estimation, is because though the apart and, hey, that everything was fine. They're missing the mark, though, in our estimation, is because though the apart and, hey, that everything was fine. They're missing the mark, though, in our estimation, is because though the apart and, hey, that everything was fine. They're missing the mark, though, in our estimation, is because though the apart and, hey, that everything was fine. They're missing the mark, though, in our estimation, is because though the apart and, hey, that everything was fine. They're missing the mark, though, in our estimation, is because though
everybody, this is Chris West from House Calls Vermont, and today we're going to be speaking with Mark Coviello, who is... Hey everybody, this is Chris West from House Calls Vermont, and today we're going to be speaking with Mark Coviello, who is... Hey everybody, this is Chris West from House Calls Vermont, and today we're going to be speaking with Mark Coviello, who is... Hey everybody, this is Chris West from House Calls Vermont, and today we're going to be speaking with Mark Coviello, who is... Hey everybody, this is Chris West from House Calls Vermont, and today we're going to be speaking with Mark Coviello, who is... Hey everybody, this is Chris West from House Calls Vermont, and today we're going to be speaking with Mark Coviello. Hey everybody, this is Chris West from House Calls Vermont, and today we're going to be speaking with Mark Coviello, who is the SIGA trainer and application advisor here in our area, and we're going to ask him about membranes, about tapes, and about the importance of vapor open assemblies. And so, Mark, welcome to the program, and of course, Jim Bradley, my and I was actually at a Jericho 2 weeks ago, or the Leeches, doing a retrofit of a really old plank building from the early 1800s, and they're putting on this peel and stick, and I was like, wait a second, I know that, and he said, yeah, Mark was down here, he dropped the stuff off and gave us a training on how to use it. It was a challenging building. They were not at... dropped the stuff off and gave us a training on how to use it. It was a challenging building. They were not